Where's the Earthshakers alt when you need it?
I saw this picture on Reddit, and it's all you saved the picture. Okay, whatever. I'll just tell you about it anyways. It's basically the light buying a bunch of little horsies and blocking the ramp. So cool.
way to ruin the epic intro, Nick.
Sorry.
We had it all.
I
guys, that took us about 2 hours to plan out. And it was, we'll show the picture, and then Frank will talk, and then the sting will happen, and then we'll come back, and Nick just starts blabbing.
I'm gonna just hide my face and shit.
Starts blabbing. Is there anyone in the chat, possibly, that wants to fill in for Nick both tonight and every week after this? Pitiful. I can't work under these conditions.
So what happened last week? Why is it, was it National Haircut Week? Why are you guys both so sporty right now?
You're just jealous.
It's a new back to school do, man. It's a back to school do. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Esports Canada TV, the weekly show, 1 hour a week. We've changed our time to Mondays now at 8 o'clock Eastern. We decided to do kind of a lead in to the Sticky Flames Bronze, Silver, Gold tournaments every Monday night, so we'll talk a bit about that later. But my name is BSG.Toaster, John Quinn. You can follow me at Quinn of the Net on Twitter. And I'll pass it over to my great colleagues now, Nick and Franco.
Go ahead, Nick.
We'll leave Nick till last after that.
Okay,
brutal
he's been demoted.
You've been demoted.
Alright, guys, I'm Jovian. You can follow me on Twitter at ESC.Jovian. You can also find me in games. I'll try to use this handle. So if you find me in a game, say what's up.
And I'm ESC.Songers. I'm totally embarrassed right now because I just ruined that awesome intro. But if you want to follow me and you'll forgive me, you can follow me at ESC.Songers on Twitter.
Wow.
You guys suck.
Is Alistair still there? Can he fill in?
Yeah, I'll just bring him in. I'll just replace him.
He's British, too. He can give this nice dynamic.
Lord British.
Awesome. Well, guys, the rundown for tonight's show. Obviously, MLG happened on the weekend, and it was a fantastic event, at least from my standpoint. I had a Barcraft, had a tournament. It was a crazy weekend, and MLG was epic, so we're definitely going to talk about that. A couple other highlights we'll go through. Check 6 disbanding. Sad face. Might touch a little on Intel Extreme Masters, even though it was a little while ago. Of course, other sad news. KT Violet passing away last week. As well as some more cheerier news. Updates on some local Canadian stuff that's going on. We got the Peel Star League, a local high school league that's happening in Toronto. Just had a big tournament. As well, all of the Barcrafts that went on over the weekend and some Barcrafts that are coming up for League of Legends. So we'll talk about that as well. We got some news on Hendralisk, some news on Stefano. We're going to cover Diablo and the latest Paragon patch. Frank is going to touch on some TF2.
Yep.
And yeah, we're going to see where it goes from there. So guys, my weekend was absolutely amazing. I hosted Barcrafts St. John all day yesterday, and it was a fantastic event. We had a great turnout, gave away a ton of prizes. We also hosted a tournament on Saturday at a local place, Gamezilla. That was fantastic as well. We had a Bronze, Silver, Gold tournament for lower league players and a Platinum, Diamond, Masters tournament for upper league guys. We had about 15 people show up, and we pretty much gamed from 10 a.m. straight till 10 p.m. And it was actually all streamed as well. Thank you to Tony Tran and our caster Vector out of Toronto, who helped us with that. I think you can go and check out all the VODs for that tournament if you're interested in seeing some of that action at twitchtv.lancelot. That's LANCELOTALB, Lancelot ALB. So you can check that out, all those VODs, and it was pretty fun. So thank you very much to Vector and to Tony Tran for helping me out with that. How was your guys' Barcraft weekends?
So good.
Man. We had a really cool Barcraft event as well, hosted by Esports Canada. It was at the Big Tree Cafe, and yeah, a lot of people showed up, man. There was about, I think, 70 people. We had the 2 projectors set up, even though they were kind of out of sync. But overall, great turnout, great event, lots of prizes as well. And
Yeah,
yeah,
the prizes were amazing. Actually, I was surprised. So we had a T-shirt and some thunder sticks we were giving out for a raffle, and then at the last minute, one of our boys, Luca, came in with a poster, a Kerrigan poster showing all 3 forms of Kerrigan, and it was really cool. It was done by an artist. I think he knew him through the Fan Expo, and it was really cool. So somebody was really excited to go home with that, and he also came with 2 sets of drinking glasses that had the Protoss, Terran, and Zerg insignia on them.
Nice.
So they were really cool prize, and it was for a raffle. Like, it was the coolest prize ever. So
Nice. Yeah, I gave away one of the Steel Series mice from NASL that was autographed by In Control and Indra, but the autographs had worn off, so you could basically only see like an eye on either side of the mouse. But I told the story of how they were used on stage and whatnot, so that was the first prize to go, obviously. So that was really cool. And I gave away an hour of coaching as well from GZ Swanson. Yeah, Swanson, who does the casting for Sticky Flames during the week, Masters Level Zerg, who actually was just in the NASL qualifiers for Season 4 and made it all the way to the round of 32 before losing to Sleep, which obviously is amazing.
It's no small task.
If you're gonna lose, if you're gonna lose to anyone, by God, let it be Sleep, because that's impressive. So congratulations, GZ Swanson, and you can check out more of him on the Sticky Flames casts all this week. Upcoming Barcrafts. No Barcrafts or StarCraft, but there is a Barcraft for League of Legends coming up in Toronto, Victory Cafe. Tony, you want to put the details for that in the chat? That would be great. I believe it's going in conjunction with PAX, so I think it's September 2nd at Victory Cafe. So they'll be streaming League of Legends all day there. Tony will post the details in the chat for anyone interested as well. So that's what's on the horizon for actual events online. Yeah, Tony just posted the Facebook event there in the chat.
Check it out over there. I think I'm going in the right direction. No, I got this.
Down there. As well, other events that we have. I'm totally forgetting a really awesome one. That's right, Sticky Flames. If you're not following Sticky Flames, do that now. We changed the time slot, like I said, so we can lead into Sticky Flames kind of kicking off the week of their tournaments. Monday night's the Bronze, Silver, Gold. I think Wednesday night is the Masters, and Thursday night is Gold, Platinum, Diamond.
That's right.
Yep, Masters tournament on Wednesday night is a $50 cash prize. They had a huge turnout last week for that. I think it was something like 60 players or something joined in for that bracket. So it's good competition. It all gets cast on the Sticky Flames channel, twitch.tv/StickyFlames, I believe. So definitely check out all those matches. And the Bronze, Silver, Gold, as well as Thursday nights, are also streamed. And Sticky Flames just announced last week, and they have a huge event coming up this weekend, Saturday night, 7 Eastern. It's the start of their King of the Hill series, where they are going to have Desro facing off against Rise. A little PBZ action. I believe it's best of 7. $75 cash prize to the winner of that, and that carries over where the winner stays on top, and the winner will go on next week to face DDE. So that's a sweet series that Sticky Flames has just started, so tune in to the first one this week, Saturday night, 7 Eastern, twitch.tv/StickyFlames. You're going to see that all over Facebook and Twitter this week, both from Esports Canada and Sticky Flames, so please, please, please tune into that. It's going to be an epic best of 7 between 2 Canadian greats. And Desro just got signed to Ministry of Win as well. He's going to go to Poland to train in the Ministry of Win house.
So basically, like, as I understand, the Ministry of Win is a gaming house that they've set up, and players can just go there and train and stuff.
Yeah, basically it's like a headquarters, I guess, for Europe right now. They basically just had an open application process where it said, hey, anyone who wants to come to the Ministry of Win house. It's not so much a team as it is just kind of a location where people can go and train and try to get better. So, I mean, you probably saw applications all week for, I saw Rhett's, I saw one for Major. Rhett actually got in as well. I don't think Major did.
Poor Major.
But they said you didn't have to be a pro player. It was just anyone that was kind of passionate. You didn't even have to be like Masters or Grandmasters or anything. But
you could have done it, John.
They didn't end up taking anyone that wasn't already a pro player. So it was good intentions, I'm sure. But they took Rhett, Desro. I know Destiny is there. I don't think he was chosen. I think he's paying to be there. I'm not sure the logistics of that.
Yeah.
but there's a good lineup of people, and it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. And I think actually Ministry of Wind's putting on a LAN here pretty soon to kind of kick off their whole house thing once the other pros move in, so that'll definitely be something to look out for.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. I always dream about, like, you think about, like, it'd be really cool to go to a gaming house and just, like, train hardcore there, you know? Like, have all that environment to, like, just work at your StarCraft. Oh,
your house is kind of a gaming house.
This is true.
We had a little tournament there last night, right?
Oh, yeah, we did, actually, featuring two of our EST volunteers, JC Kira and Arch. They had a little beef going on, so they had a little show match. And
so much BM. It was ridiculous.
Well, actually, Frank and I, we're going to be casting those, and we'll be posting it on Esports Canada's YouTube channel. So, you know, keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
Yeah. It was all in good fun.
Guys, Check 6 disbanding. Thoughts on that?
Check 6. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that came to mind is I read the article on Team Liquid, and one of the quotes from ESFI World, it really got to me. And it was saying that the middle ground is too narrow to see new teams go somewhere without spending copious amounts of money. Yeah. And that's just really interesting because, you know, esports is a growing industry, but you're already seeing this sort of problem with, you know, little team, like smaller teams trying to get into this industry already, and it's a really tough time for them, right?
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I mean, it's not even just the paying to go to events and all that, but it's being able to get that sort of talent. I mean, as soon as someone does sort of well at a tournament, they're going to get picked up by one of the bigger teams, right? Your EGs and your Dignitas and Complexity and whatnot. And I think Total Biscuit was talking about that from this weekend when Crank had kind of a breakout performance. He was saying on Twitter that teams were coming up to him and kind of barraging him with questions and what team are you with and have you signed with anyone, and I mean the poor guy doesn't really speak English that well, and so I think that some guys are trying to take advantage of him. So I think Total Biscuit actually signed him up with his wife as his current agent until he actually picks a team. Nice. So Jen's taking that for him, so good on Total Biscuit, I guess.
Team Jen, Frank.
I guess it's tough because in North America and even specifically in Canada, I mean, if you're growing up and you tell your parents you want to be a hockey player, that's one thing. But if you tell your parents you want to be a pro gamer, that's totally another. It's just not there yet. So maybe hopefully in time when it becomes more acceptable, when like the older generations kind of accept this a little more, maybe we'll see that a little easier, so that smaller clubs can actually be viable. Because like if you're going to play a certain sport with some people, then that's kind of cool, because yeah, in Canada that's what we do, right? But right now it just doesn't seem like esports is just that isn't there yet. It should be, and I hope it will be, just like it is in other parts of the world. But
well, speaking of smaller teams, our good guy Hendralisk recently signed to Monomaniac. I believe this is his first team.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's his first official team. He's been in clans before. I think he was in Nightmares before this period of not being in anything.
Yep.
And yeah, so now it's his first official team. He did quite well at MLG, I think.
Yeah. I wanted to pull up the bracket and look at that because I remember seeing him in the open bracket pretty far into like round 6 or 7. Falling just short of kind of making it into that winner's bracket, but
I think he made it all the way to end in his bracket, and he fell to Youngway, I think it was. I thought I had that link at one point, but I'm not. Yeah, it was Youngway. I can't remember it now. But yeah, he made it all the way through, and he just lost in the finals there of his bracket.
Yeah, I think he made it the farthest out of any Canadian too at the event. Because
Ostoji actually went pretty far too.
Did he?
Yeah, I believe he was also in his final group as well.
Okay. Well, congrats to all of them. Canadian content Friday and Saturday for the WCS North American Finals.
Man, Scarlet. 24-2. 24-2.
24-2 in maps.
That's next level, man.
How do you do that?
What percentage is that? Okay, I need to math this right now.
Don't try to do math on stream, Nick. That's the number one rule. That and don't mess up the intro. But you know,
I'm sorry.
You're 1 for 1 so far. 24-2 is a very high percentage. We can say that much.
92%.
92% win rate in WCS.
Yes.
Wow. She was a beast all weekend. She carried it over right from WCS Canada and NASL. I mean,
Yeah,
Just
championship
amazing.
bracket the whole way. She didn't fall into the losers at all. She hasn't dropped a single round. Quite impressive.
Who did she drop a map to this time around? Was it Huck?
Nope, she
No, she
2-0'd
2-0'd.
Huck, I believe. Yeah, it was it was someone. It wasn't someone. Yeah, I don't really remember. But just like her play, it's so solid. It's like every time she sees a weakness, she just drives that Zerg spine into it and she takes them out. You know, like.
Wow.
So
She
she
is the
dropped one map to the Agnes, and it looks to me like she went 2-0 versus everyone else. So this is also including WCS in Toronto, which she lost against Astoji, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Astoji and the Agnes. So those are the two people who need to share their builds.
Yeah. If you're going to the WCS finals in China, look up Astoji and the Agnes, because they know how to take at least a map off her.
Yeah.
As well, decent showing from Idra, which was sort of surprising, at least I thought. I didn't get to actually catch too many of the games because I was kind of preparing for the tournament on Saturday that I was hosting. But what I did see of him Friday night, all the way up until he made it to the final three, was very impressive. It was Idra of old, basically. He fell into that macro style that he's very comfortable with, and he just looked like a brand new player, but didn't carry over so well into Saturday. Still took third, though, WCS. So does that qualify him for, I think it's top 7, isn't it, that qualifies for the finals?
I believe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a 4-way tie with Huck and some other players who had to play to see who got that final 7th spot. So Idra and Vibe and Scarlet and the rest will all be at the finals in China.
A lot of Zergs, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed about Idra's play, he never really forced the issue, I found, and I know a lot of people say he's a great player when he's playing ahead, but every time he had won a small battle, he never kept pressing it. He would just go back, expand, make more, and get better, so that next time he comes, he's even more unstoppable, and he did a lot of that. But an interesting thing, actually, on Scarlett's Twitter, she had mentioned how she was, in a way, shocked that some players were playing in both WCS and MLG because she felt that can only hurt your chances, she thought. So who knows if maybe Idra just would have put all his focus into one or the other, if he might have gone farther. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think his main focus was definitely to qualify for China. I mean, with the results that he had. I mean, everyone wants to win an MLG, but they come along every, 3-4 months, right? And so he was definitely focusing on WCS. And he was one of the main guys who complained last time about the American WCS finals being in conjunction with the Spring Championship for MLG, and how it was too many games and you were playing back-to-back and you were waiting and then having to do like 5 games in a row sort of thing. So I think he kind of, not that he threw the Summer Championship, but he was definitely more focused on WCS and that ticket to China.
Yeah.
Cool, and the gang. What about Stefano and the EG rumors? Does that hold water?
I believe it's pretty much confirmed, right? It's just that nobody's allowed to say anything until it's actually hit. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is a done deal. Even in an interview I saw him do after, he was very hush-hush about it, but he thanked his team. He said how long he's been with them and how great they've been to him. So everything points to an EG move.
Yeah, I think his contract runs out September 1st, and then he was talking to kind of a bunch of teams, but it was pretty much a given that it was EG that got him. And there was all the kind of rumors about a month or two ago when he stayed with the EG team at a hotel for MLG, and In Control let it out on stream, and so it's been a long time.
He seems like a good fit. Yeah, even for just the people of the EG house, they seem to fit really well together, because they're all big personalities there.
Yeah.
I just feel it fits really well. If they ever do a reality TV show, I watch that.
Well, as Total Biscuit said, it's a frat house, so.
Yeah. I think In Control got so mad when he said that. It's not a frat house.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, though, because, Stefano kind of brings a lot of, not baggage with him, but he has a lot of hijinks. There was a thing in Sweden when he got all hammered at the bar and vomited on some couches and had to be escorted out. And, if you look at what happened with Orb and that whole fiasco, how much are they going to tolerate with Stefano if he's doing things like that? But, he wins, so that counts for something at least.
Yeah, as long as that 19-year-old can keep winning championships.
Leonok was... How old was Leonok when he won this one? MLG 16, 17? No?
Yeah, 16 or 17, yeah.
Ah, so good. So good. What was I doing when I was 16? Getting hit in the face with a ball, that's what I was doing.
Posted it all over the YouTube.
Stop plugging that video, Nick. No one wants to see that.
Check it out. Get it 40,000 views. So.
Yeah, get it to 40,000. When do you get sponsorship? After 100,000?
I don't even know. I got monetization on that video.
Wow.
I can't believe we're talking about it. Nick did it. This is how he does it.
Have you seen any of that internet monies?
No, a couple cents here and there. Not too much.
Oh,
it's
nice.
like Google AdWords, man.
Yeah, that's what Google AdWords. It's so dumb. Let's not. Don't. Yeah. No one needs to see that video. No one needs
Look up Nick Gets Owned.
All right. Other big news, I guess, last week outside of StarCraft was the latest D3 patch and the announcement of the Paragon system. I was never a big D2 fan. I played just a bit here and there on kind of friends' accounts. I got pretty hyped up for D3 just because I had a roommate who was just all about it. It was like 6 months prior. He was planning on taking a week off work. I'm stocking up on Red Bull diapers and TV dinners, and I'm not leaving the chair for 10 days sort of things. And so, you know, I kind of got on the hype train. I was really excited for it. And I played through normal, did my one run, and I was like, well, this is good. Probably go back to StarCraft sort of thing. Didn't hate the game or anything, but again, I wasn't super attached to it. But then there was just this huge outlash from the community that was just, we hate D3 and the game is so broken and it's just terrible. And there was, I mean, you look at the numbers, I've seen charts where it's a steady rise in numbers and then there's just a huge drop off after like 3 weeks to a month where people just stop playing.
I was just excited as you were. I was sitting outside at Best Buy, man. I waited 6 hours for that, and then like, you know, these girls from like my college walked in. They were like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I was like, "Shut up, you don't know. I've waited like 10 years for this game." And so, you know, you get it the first night, you go home, you install, and obviously no one can log on, right? So you didn't get to play. But yeah, you know, the game started. It was hard, but you know, you're used to D2. It was hard too. But then the more I read on Reddit that people were complaining, the more I'm like, yeah, this is not fair. This sucks. And slowly, I just kind of phased out of it as well, especially because Witch Doctor was so underpowered.
Yep. And I mean, they just kept...
Your race is always underpowered. Doesn't matter what game you play.
But I mean, they kept patching the game, right? They were buffing things, nerfing things, changing the items, and it was like each time they did it, it almost became like a completely different game. And so people were investing all this time, getting to a certain point, speccing to a certain way, and then the game would change, and it was just like, okay, everything you just did in the last week is pretty much useless. You did all that grinding out, and we just patched it, and it's where you're at now, but you spent a week doing it. And now they've included the Paragon system, which was, it should have been there from either launch. I mean, they still haven't even done PvP. That's not even going to be till the next major patch. So it just seems like, I mean, they had 10 years to get ready, and then you launch the game, and then you're adding stuff like that right afterwards and fixing it. And I mean, people complain about the 60 level cap pretty much from when that was announced. I mean, they were used to the 99 from DQ, and then to go from 60 and then add on like another 100 levels.
I mean, the innate
release,
yeah,
I don't get it.
You're right. But it's like the innate magic find stuff. Like, just it's actually kind of cool. Like, it keeps the game going. But the real question is, how much money did you guys earn off of D3?
I never played Auction House. I played it for gold, but I think I stopped playing before the real money Auction House went live.
Oh, I see. I made a grand total of $30. Not bad. Big baller right here. Big spender. No. Compared to some people, like, you know, people would buy items for like $250. Wow, like, I didn't get that. But, you know, I guess if you don't have the time, but you have the cash, why not?
Yeah, well, good for you, Nick. Making money off your games, that's awesome.
That's right.
Especially since I was reticent to buy the game just because I didn't want to shell out that much money right away. And Nick, like, kept badgering me, saying you have to get it. It's like the biggest thing ever. And I finally caved. And then, like, a couple weeks after, Nick's like, I'm done with this game. I hate it. It makes me angry. And I was like, oh, you're kidding me. So I never even got to the end. So now I'm only now trying to get back to the end, trying to play through the game 3 times just so that I can go through this Paragon system.
I'll play with you.
Oh, sure you will, Nick. Yeah, those empty promises. I love them. They're great. Give me more.
That's funny. TF2, Man vs. Machine. I know, Frank, you're a TF2 player.
Yeah, I love TF2. Huge TF2 fan. I gave away so many of my items to Nick, and he still won't play the game. But
yeah. Wow, this is just like a Bash Nick show today. Like, seriously, guys.
Sorry. Nick's a good guy.
Well, it's the first episode. We got to set a trend, Nick, so that when people know what they're tuning into, like, oh, how are they going to get Nick tonight, right? We got to build that week-to-week storyline.
You're like Kenny.
Just like the storyline of episodes. Seriously.
I don't know if you want to show the video at all, but the community was pretty excited because they're releasing these comics which hinted at kind of like a third race, because there's always been red versus blue, right? And now there's the introduction of machines. And it's actually really amazing when you watch these things on Reddit and stuff. Like, people scrutinize the videos that they send out, and they find all these hints, and it's really, really amazing. So there's this huge buildup. So now they have this system where it's kind of like, in a way, it's like a tower defense, but you're playing as a character in that tower defense, and waves of machines come at you, and you just have to defend against it, and you're able to upgrade your weapons and character. So, like, for the soldier can get faster rockets, more damage, all that stuff, right? And you buy it with the cash from killing all these robots. It's a pretty cool idea. It's probably pretty cool, especially for the lay player, because they just get to join. That it's not really like you're playing against another person who's amazing. You're just playing against the AI. The problem I have with it, and I've seen some Reddit posts about this, is the server, like, getting you in a server is like broken. It like doesn't happen. So you'll be sitting there, and I actually took a screenshot of this. It's on my Steam account because I thought this was absolutely ridiculous. It'll say something like there's 500 people in queue, and then it'll say there's 1,300 empty servers. And you think to yourself, well, then why don't you take these people in queue and put them in the empty servers, right? But your wait time is like anywhere between 3 and 8 minutes. Like, it doesn't seem to make any sense to me. So you could wait there forever and not get into a game. I don't know, they got to fix that, because people aren't able to enjoy the game because they can't get into it. It's kind of like the first day of Diablo 3.
Yeah, Mr. Medic in chat just said he waited 45 minutes to get into a game with his friends.
Oh my god, yeah, on that first day I was so excited. I think I waited 15 plus minutes, but I was like, I gotta get in here, I gotta see what this is. And then when I got in there, I was upset because my game crashed. And it was really upsetting.
I did tune in, actually, because I caught, I believe it was last weekend, DJ Wheat and Mini Wheat were streaming themselves play TF2, the Man vs. Machine, and it was hilarious to hear, you know, Wheat's kind of, not really giving commentary, but like, all right, we got to go here, we got to do this, and Mini Wheat's just screaming the entire time. All these people were just kind of like rage chatting to DJ Wheat, like, man, please mute his mic, do something. And so DJ Wheat's like, all right, Mini Wheat, like, you got to turn your mic down. It's causing lag for the other players. And he was just like, okay. So the hour I caught was fairly entertaining.
That kid's I love that kid. It's so cool.
My kid will play games with me, which
you should make when your daughter can play video games. It's really awesome. Speaking of babies,
Frank's due for a baby tomorrow morning, his second one, and here he is hosting Esports Canada TV.
Die hard, I love esports so much.
Thank you very much, Frank, and thank you to your wife for putting up with your horse poop.
Yeah, I'll hear about it tomorrow, guys. Don't worry.
I think she's got bigger worries tomorrow.
Maybe the excitement of the day will save me, I don't know.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more. We're going to talk about MLG a little bit more and touch on some of the Gone TV Kespa debacle. So we'll be right back. You're watching Esports Canada TV. I'm BSG.Toaster, joined by ESC.Songers and ESC.Jovian.
That's good. Good first half goal. That was pretty good back there. I can hear you. Are you serious? Allison was calling his head out. He's like, you're like, yes. Oh shit!
No, I see my clothing is going for a thing. Do you want to music?
talk about any games. That's in a long time. So good. Yo, you're my real friend.
I'm using you for this one too.
Fuck you, man. Probably we're tight. Looking good. Alright, let's go on with our drinks.
Yeah.
Hey, you like Phoenix?
Don't sing a six.
Alright, we're back, everyone. Just a quick shout out to Monster Cat, who provides all of our music for Esports Canada TV, all of our streams, this show, and any of our streaming guys that use our channel, a lot of the pros, so you can check them out at youtube.com/monstercat. I guess they're like a group of DJs out of Toronto, and they have a ton of music, so thank you very, very much to Monster Cat for supplying that. Yeah, thank you, Joricho, just posted the link. I had it wrong. youtube.com/monstercatmedia. That is all. Yeah, guys, you could hear voices during the break. Way to go. I'm going to blame Nick for that. Frank, you good? Blame Nick?
Production.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Nick's doing the production, right?
I'm not touching, not touching anything. It's not my fault.
When in doubt, blame Nick. I was not there. Maybe you guys were for the Peel Star League that happened a week or two ago. Were you guys there for that?
Yeah, we were both there, actually. Yeah.
We were there for that.
It's a great event.
I know I have some pictures for that.
Maybe you could show the pictures while we talk about it.
Yeah, it'll be hard for us to talk about the pictures because the stream lags.
That's true. But, the pictures aren't very good, so I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys. So I meant to bring my camera. I only have my iPhone, and I do apologize. But for the Barcraft, the StarCraft Barcraft, I actually brought a decent camera. But yeah, we had it at the Mad Hatter Pub up in northwest Toronto, and it was good times. We had so Nick, you might be able to say more about this, but it was a whole bunch of high schools in the Peel region, and they were facing off, and this was the finals, and it was some really high level play, some really great games, and yeah, Nick, do you want to add on?
I just want to tell the funny story of how you locked your keys in the car, and we were trapped outside, and we used a keyboard to open the lock. So go esports, go keyboards.
Esports saved us somehow. What a shame that was. But yeah, we got into the event, so everything was okay. But yeah, our friend Umar Farouk won. He goes by Byte, a master's level Protoss player. And I actually had a chance to interview him, and it was pretty funny because at one point I was like, so you knew who your opponent was coming in, did you study him before, did you get ready? And he said, yeah, I watched some of his games and stuff, but really he said he wasn't that afraid. He said, I knew it was just going to be high school players. And I was thinking to myself, you're a high school player, so you're really good, man. But anyways, he was very humble, and he was excited to win. He won, what did he win? He won a mouse pad, a mouse, a gaming mouse, and something else. I don't remember what. But really cool prizes for him, and yeah, congrats to him and to everyone who got to the finals.
It's funny that you mentioned locking your keys in the car, because my friend in chat, Driaz, just reminded us of when we went to MLG Providence last year, and I left the lights on in my car on Saturday, and then when we went to drive home on Monday, the car was dead. And if you drive a Volkswagen Jetta, know that when the electronics don't work, then your key doesn't work.
Oh.
And so we couldn't actually get back into the car to pop the hood to boost it. So $60 boost and tow truck later, and about a 6-hour delay on our 9-hour drive back to Canada. There we were. So if you're going to an esports event, as a public announcement, do not lock your keys into your car. You're gonna
Unless you have a
bad
keyboard.
time.
Unless you have a keyboard.
Unless you have a keyboard.
Yeah, John, you didn't have a keyboard. If your
How did
window
you
was
use a
closed, you
keyboard?
just bash your window.
How did I use a
I left it
keyboard?
cracked. Sorry, yeah.
So we got this keyboard, amazing keyboard from Cooler Master, by the way. Cooler Master's amazing. And so we stuck it into the window and started like whacking the lock with it. And then we were able to like hit the button for the lock, and the door popped open. It was amazing.
Nick, who signed that keyboard?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, who did sign that?
Oh, so I'm at.
If it's more than like 2 people, I don't want to hear it.
I really want to tell the story.
Oh,
Okay,
this is going to be long and boring.
No,
John, do you know about this?
I do not. I would love to hear it.
Okay, yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised, I'm sure.
So we're at NASL, and I have this keyboard. I'm like, man, I want Liquid Hero to sign it because he's my favorite player. And so finally, you know, I'm in the area where Hero's playing, and he's practicing, and so I see a chance to get my keyboard signed. And Hero said, I need a keyboard because he didn't have his own or something. I don't know. So I went to get my keyboard, and so when I get it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can get Hero to sign it. And all I see on my keyboard is this. You guys see that? Who is this?
Oh, that's Frank Ricci.
Ricci.
Yo, that's a gold level Protoss player. That's a gold level, bro.
Wow, man.
And so I see this. I'm so crushed, right? Because I was like, oh, I was gonna give my like keyboard with no one else touching to Hero to sign, and there's Frank looking at me smiling. Oh, I was so sad. But I did end up getting Liquid Hero signature here, so it's good. But it's been tainted, forever tainted.
But Hero played on it. I played on it. You got all the people that matter, man.
Anyways, back to business, guys. Thanks
Yeah,
for
let's
my
talk a
little
little more about MLG weekends. Obviously, you guys watched the majority of the tournaments. I was really only able to catch Sunday, but what I did see was Epic as a Zerg player who beat a Protoss in the finals, just saying.
Rub it in, man.
No, I have a special spot in my heart for Leenock after going to MLG Providence, like I said, and seeing him just take down badass Naniwa in the finals after all the Naniwa drama all weekend with Nesty and everything, and then Leenock kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, he was in like Code A bit and had a few matches, but nothing major, and then to go all the way through the open bracket, win MLG Providence like end of the season was just huge and epic and kind of put him on the map, at least internationally. And then for him to do it again for the Summer Championships, I mean, the kid has bonjour skills, faux show.
Mm-hmm.
No, totally. Leenock just seemed so amazing in the final match against First. We were actually making the joke that First is going to be second now, but I don't know. At the time, it was funnier.
Drinking beers at Barcraft for you?
Yeah, that was during Barcraft. But yeah, it was an amazing series for sure.
Yeah, and I know there was kind of some, not controversy, but people were kind of wondering why he quit during the Nidus
yes,
game.
That was really confusing.
Yeah, I guess what I did read was that you didn't see it on stream, but he had an observer right in the base and just completely saw the Nidus, which is like why he canceled it, and then he'd invested so much that he just quit. But it wasn't as apparent on stream that First knew the entire time pretty much that the Nidus was coming. So and Leenock knew that, and he had a couple games to spare, right? So
yeah, like I felt he was so confident in his play versus First, and knew First's abilities versus Zerg. I think he was so confident that he thought, oh, whatever, I'll just do this again. I'll just win the next game. He didn't want to waste his time. It was quite surprising though at the time, but I guess he just wanted to get it over with faster. He just knew he could just take the other games.
Other news out of MLG from the League of Legends side. I know at Barcraft this time around it was our first time streaming League of Legends as well, which kind of sucked because League of Legends, the time difference, I mean, we were only able to see the first game of the finals, and that was it, because they started at like 10 a.m. or something for the finals day. But we did get to see the first of the ARAM matches that they had for the finals, the unsanctioned ARAM matches they had. I don't know, are you guys familiar with this at all, or am I just talking out of my ass?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Nope, I have no idea.
Oh, look at that. Nick doesn't know something. That's 3.
Wow.
That's 3, Nick.
3 strikes.
So I did hear about this though. So they did all random, all made push, right? And then the first and second teams actually got disqualified from the entire event, which was just
Yeah, I guess what I had heard was that first and second qualified for the next tournament. And so it was kind of, there was a prize involved as well, but it was kind of, hey, we're both going to qualify, let's just have fun sort of thing. And I'm not sure if it was decided sort of in chat pregame or like on Friday when they got there and we're like, hey, if we see each other in the finals, let's do this. But it was obviously agreed upon between both teams, and they did it. And it was fun. I mean, I don't watch too much League of Legends, and I don't really play too much. I know the game. But to watch an ARAM on a legit map, yes, they did Naniwa. Gabriel Swanson, they Naniwa'd it. They pro-brushed it. So they ARAM'd, and it was fun, and the casters enjoyed it, and he was like, oh, I can't believe I'm casting this ARAM, this is amazing. And the scores were like 85 to 69 when most pro matches are like, 15 to 10 or something like that. So they really had fun with it, and then they DQ'd them. So don't screw around at MLGs.
Yeah, your friend's making a good point there. I mean, it's like they're throwing the matches, right? How legit is that in sports, and how legit should that be in esports, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can look back at the Naniwa drone rush as well against Nestea when, was it in GSL? And GSL got
GSL.
pretty ticked off at him for it, and so did kind of the Korean community at large as well. And I mean, there is some truth behind it, and you can give some excuses. I mean, Naniwa was like, it was a pointless match. I was already out. There was no reason for me to sit there and play. But, I mean, when you're a pro player and you're on a team and you're being sponsored and you're being paid to play and there's a lot of fans watching, I'm not sure. But at the same time, the guys who kind of colluded for the match for League of Legends, it's hard to say that the community didn't enjoy it. At least everyone at Barcraft thought it was awesome.
No, for sure, yeah.
So, a little bit different, and DQing them, I guess you can't really find players at this point. It's not to the level of like MLB or NFL where you can find guys 10K for some sort of misdemeanor. You find a pro player 10K and he'd kill himself. So
yeah,
it's much different.
Other news: GSL Kespa controversy. I know I was disappointed to hear that Kespa guys wouldn't be involved in GSL 4. I thought it was pretty much a shoo-in after the deal and everything that was announced earlier in the year. That, yes, we're going to see Flash, J-Dong, Bisu, Effort, everyone trying to get into Codas, and then Kespa said, nope, we're not doing it.
Yep, and then the community got mad. And everything was solved.
Nestea.
Analysis.
And everything worked out. That's fine, Nick. I'm going to change Nick's picture here to just something ridiculous. What's the worst thing I could chat?
Wow.
What's the worst thing I could display Nick's picture as, please?
Oh, man. Yeah, in the chat, maybe somebody can suggest something.
Please, someone in the chat. We have to punish Nick. First thing I'm Googling, and it's going up.
What are you Googling, though?
Oh, whatever this person says in the chat to put over your face.
I see Nestea. I could be Nestea.
I'm not making you Nestea. That is a privilege. That is not a punishment. I'm not making you Nestea. Saint Hubert. A picture. Why would I make a picture of Leenock? Yeah, I'm going to put up a
panda. The most ridiculous thing ever. Yo, a panda.
No, Swanson.
A waffle that is blue.
No, Swanson. I want to be a panda. This is the worst. Now Frank's gonna have more followers than me on Twitter.
Yeah,
I already do, bro.
Please go tweet to what is it, ESC.Songers right now, that you really enjoyed his performance today.
There we go.
Great! Wow.
Oh man, it's
hey, that's right. It's going into your face.
Nick's waffle is so big.
There we go, Nick. You can wear that as a badge of honor.
You know
Straight
what?
up until next week. I might actually start next week's show with
Is this the waffle of shame?
This is a waffle of shame. If you screw up on EsportsCanadaTV, you get the waffle of shame. Thank you to GZ Swanson for this idea, because it is brilliant. and hopefully this will keep Nick in order.
Too professional, guys. Too professional.
Sucks.
I'm about ready to wrap it up, but what events do we have on the horizon, guys?
Dota 2 International.
Dota 2 International.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can put up a picture of that Benaroya Hall. It's really amazing to think that this huge esports event is being held in that theater. There's actually a link in the document. I don't know if you have it or not, but yeah, there's the top 16 international teams. The preliminaries are actually happening now, so if you do have a Dota account, you can actually get in and you can actually watch those games preliminaries right now. There's like big names. I saw Complexity, I saw eHome, I saw Navi. Yeah, look at that hall. That is so striking.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be a beautiful place. So I guess if you're in the area, then definitely stop by. It's in Seattle, is that? Yeah, it's in Seattle. So it's August 31st to September 2nd. The first prize is $1 million to the first prize team. So that's quite the sum of change. And second prize is $250,000. So really, nobody's going home upset in first and second at least. Also, guys, we were wanting to do more. I don't know if we're going to call it Barcrafts or pub stomps. We want to do more of these for Dota 2 as the esports community. Like I guess all across Canada, anybody can do these things. But specifically in Toronto, we were looking into doing it. Right now, because it's in beta, it's a little difficult. So we're not sure what the interest is. So if you do want Dota 2 Barcrafts, where you go to a bar, watch it on a big screen, drink and eat with friends. Like us on Facebook, leave us messages, promote it as much as you can, say that you want this, and then hopefully we'll get into it. We do lots of ones with LOL, and Riot gives us lots of cool swag. I'm pretty sure Steam would also hook us up with some pretty cool stuff. We just need to know that we have an audience that wants to come and do this so that we can promote it to Steam, and they'll give us lots of wicked stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, guys, and in general, I mean, if you guys have ideas for events that you want to see in your town, definitely get in touch with Esports Canada. I mean, we pretty much have reps in every city across this great country, so if you want to host a LAN or a Barcraft or get something together, our volunteers are just itching to get back to work. So please, please, please go to us on Facebook, facebook.com/esportscanada, or on Twitter at twitter.com/esports_Canada. I was Nick-esque. No, we don't have a LAN in Iqaluit, BSG.Toaster.
I think the Facebook and the Twitter are in the middle of the video.
They are as well, but for the visually impaired.
Oh, you're so
Jovian.
I'm always thinking so conscientious.
EsportsCanada is our Twitter as well. Sticky Flames tournament, bronze, silver, gold. If you are in bronze, silver, gold, you can still sign up. Head over to Zeek.com, Z33K.com, and you can sign up for that tournament. I believe the prize tonight, Swanson, is 1 hour of coaching from you. If you can signal that in the chat,
yeah, I believe
give you praise for it. 1 hour of coaching from him. Yep. Guaranteed. Twitch.tv/stickyflames. You can watch that cast. Swanson will be actually casting it as well, I think, with Enjoy Rhythm, my fellow New Brunswicker. So watch that. And of course, Wednesday night is the Masters tournament with a $50 cash prize, so definitely take part in that. And Thursday night is the Gold, Platinum, Diamond tournament for Sticky Flames. So you can sign up for all those tournaments at Zeek.com, Z33K.com, or watch them as they go live at twitch.tv/stickyflames. And of course, Saturday night, 7 Eastern, the King of the Hill show match. The first ever for Sticky Flames. It's going to be Desro taking on Rise. So check that out. It's a $70 cash prize with the winner facing off against DDE the following week. It's going to be a King of the Hill style, so if one guy wins, he gets to stay and battle it on for up to 3 weeks with a $75 cash prize. So definitely tune into that. It's going to be hosted by Sticky Flames, and Esports Canada might just do some shoutouts or whatnot during the broadcast.
I want to say 2 things, John, if I can just...
Is this going to be another heartfelt speech?
No, it's not.
I'd like for it to be.
Okay, well, maybe later, but I want to say 2 things. 1, can we remove the waffle? I really feel bad for Nick. He's been behind that waffle for a long time. Maybe the audience can see his face. He's going to be so dejected. We should actually...
But I was going to do my outro and say I've been BSG.Toaster, joined by ESC.Jovian and ESC Blue Waffle, but...
Oh, okay. We can still do that. You can bring it back to the closer.
Actually,
a few things that we do.
I couldn't, I was laughing so hard. Every time I looked at the stream, I see this waffle as a face, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
I really wanted to make it talk, but...
Okay.
The other things I want to mention is the Masters tournament with Sticky Flames. Nick and I actually had the privilege to get our hands on those replays. And we casted them. We casted 11 in a row in one night. Our horses were raw, but it was really cool. You could probably tell our casting abilities degraded over time, but it was really exciting. You can catch all of those videos on our Esports Canada channel on YouTube.
Yeah,
so that should just awesome. Yeah, so we have them up. Feel free to go there, check out the videos. Obviously, when you watch the actual thing, you'll hear Swanson and Enjoy Rhythm casting, but this is just me and Nick recasting the replays for the Esports Canada YouTube channel. So definitely go there, subscribe, watch the videos, give thumbs up, thumbs down, give us some suggestions and feedback, and we'd love to put up more Sticky Flame stuff, some more content, or some more Canadian content, and we also have some really exciting things on the horizon, so definitely subscribe there, and we're going to show you some really cool things coming up. And then there's also one more thing. I don't know, can we talk about the League of Legends Barcrafts?
We did mention it earlier. I don't know if you were asleep or you just pulled a Nick.
No, Nick was messaging me on Skype.
I will waffle you so fast.
He said, talk about LOL.
I will waffle you so fast.
Well, yeah, guys, come out. We're all going to be there, unless my baby keeps working going around.
Yeah, that's the one that's in conjunction with PAX as well, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't Trial of the Zelnaga going on as well that weekend, or am I completely wrong? Someone in chat, please correct me.
No, you're right. It's during PAX. Yeah.
All right, I don't get a waffle perfectly. Yeah, during PAX as well. So that's Red Bull Day 9, that whole deal.
That's gonna be really cool.
And actually, it looks crazy. Please look it up. The Zelnaga Trial of the Zelnaga. They have these wild custom games where, like, I'm not even sure how it's gonna work, but people from the chat or the community can join in and say, like, "Hey, oh, Nick looks like he knows." I'll let him answer this.
Okay. So basically, it's a custom game where the community can choose for different things to happen in the game, such as bringing back old units like from the beta where the Mothership had the Planet Cracker ability. So, bring that in, stuff like, randomly dropping storms on players' armies, and all these really cool little things, just to make the game extremely interesting.
That's awesome.
Admadia says Day 9 and In Control will be there. Because In Control, I believe, is from Seattle, and he has a pretty soft spot for Seattle events, so he will be there as well. And it's PAX going on, so obviously he'd want to be there for that.
I actually, I have a question for you guys. I don't know if you guys got to see some, some casters are throwing Heart of the Swarm, the custom map for Wings of Liberty, the Heart of the Swarm custom map. So a lot of casters are just showing games where people are playing that custom map. I don't know if you've seen this, but I actually watched one. I forget the names of the players. I'm sorry, guys. But what happened was with the Mothership core, you can re-energize a building, right? So it actually kind of changes the way a 4-gate would play. So you can just re-energize your Nexus and then get all that chrono back so that you can just keep chronoing and get a 4-gate even faster. So I'm wondering if this is gonna make people hate Protoss even more. The 4-gate will come back in full force, come back faster and sooner, and you'll see 4-gates versus Zerg, Terran, Protoss, you name it.
I'm very excited for HOTS. And you can check out the HOTS custom map on in the arcade. If you just look up HOTS custom, it's all there. Nick, are you muted?
Oh no.
Whoops. I just said you have the HOTS for HOTS.
Oh, that's...
Oh, wow. You should have kept yourself muted.
Yeah,
what I'm going to put over his face now. Alright guys, tune in to Sticky Flames. They go live in 5 minutes. I've been John Quinn, BSG.Toaster, joined by my beautiful casting team of ESC.Jovian and ESC.Songers. This has been Esports Canada TV every Monday night at 8 Eastern. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for watching. Alright. They can probably still hear us. Yeah, we're awesome!